Re- Everyone is living the life they want to live. My brother, Dr. Prem, he told me this last week, and it freed me. I mean, I'm serious. It freed inside of me something that was stuck for a very, very long time. Out of the goodness of my heart, or sort of so called understanding of life, or being helpful, would make a suggestion. Suggestion is a very light word, will be very strong what I would do. And then the other person would not do it anyway. I know I have wasted decades of my life trying to make a change in a loved one, let's say, and there was virtually no movement. And I couldn't understand. I'm trying to do good. It's good for you. Why don't you take it or do it? It's not just relatively good, it's universally good. And it is relatively good for you as well. And I connected with it deeply with myself too. When I look back, I did what I wanted to do. Even when I was suffering, I wanted to suffer. Strange. Why would I want to suffer? Well, I had an excuse. I had a reason to suffer. Well, why would I want to suffer even if I have an excuse? It's almost like I wanted to suffer and was looking for an excuse to suffer. Suffering was not caused by the excuse or the reason or the event or the person, even though I was hurt by that situation. I was deeply hurt by the situation because I didn't get what I wanted. But the suffering continued for decades after because I wanted to suffer, because I chose to suffer. Even if it is something in solitude, I suffered in silence. Even if the excuse was just to me, even if I didn't share my trauma with anybody else so that I could get brownie points. It was not necessarily to control somebody else, but I controlled myself. I restricted myself. I put a ceiling on my own potential. It's a very, very strange game we play with ourselves. And then we play with other people to control ourselves and to control other people. Now, why the heck would I put handcuffs on my own hand? Why would I tie my own feet and restrict my own movement, reduce my own happiness, and not be as successful as I can? I don't know the reason behind the reason. And maybe it would be some sort of a trauma or some sort of an influence through the five senses, maybe the movies we watch, maybe the melodrama. It's almost seems like suffering is considered noble. I don't know. Maybe we have seen our parents suffer and we feel that it's the right thing to do, or it's the thing to do. That's life. And then you also want to participate in life and then say, yeah, I am suffering. So much so, suffering is considered noble in not just family, but also spiritual journeys. After all, Buddha suffered. Tell me, which spiritual guru did not suffer? Jesus suffered. It is considered the most spiritual thing. While they suffered for their own reasons, we may not have those reasons, and we look for reasons so that we can suffer, so that we can have a reason to live almost. I don't know. A beggar is begging because they want to beg instead of living a so-called respectful life. Perhaps respectful or being respected is not top on their priority list. It's not a high value for them. Maybe they get a kick out of it. Look, I got something for free out of someone else. I'm so good. People who steal, maybe it is a small thing, they would steal from a restaurant, like a fork or a knife. They consider it a high value because they're so good, they're so skilled, they're so sly, they're so smart. They outsmarted it. I'm just saying it. What is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is so that I can free myself, not be concerned about, oh, poor that person, I need to help that person. That person is doing exactly what that person wants to do at this time. If and when that person wants to come out of misery, then they will decide to come out of misery and they will find a way to come out of the misery, and the universe will conspire to help that person, or they will ask for help. And when they ask for help and when they're sincere, you go help them. That's number one. Number two is so that I can free myself. I'm also stuck. I've made myself stuck. And I can look at my stuckness. I can free myself from those unnecessary things to restrict myself. I can literally let go. I don't even have to cut the ties that bind me. I can just let go of the ties that I have bound myself in. I can just open them up, the shackles that I've put on myself, and just release myself. And sometimes they're not even shackles. Sometimes there's just a door. All I need to do is just walk out the back door or the front door. I think that I am in a jail, but I'm not. I can just walk out, whatever that means to each person. And there's another step beyond that. Each person is living the life they choose to live. What is the life that I want to live? That's a question everyone needs to ask. It's worthy asking. Whether I know the answer today or not is not important. When I know what I want, when I know the life that I want to lead, I can choose to live that life starting today. I can start walking along the path on the journey of life that I want to live. Starting today, starting now, starting immediately. And the life I want to live, it starts with a thought, with a feeling, with an action. Not just the outcome. People talk about, oh, I need a certain amount of money in my bank. That's an outcome. I want to be known for a certain thing. I'm a writer, I'm a producer, I'm this, that. Or I look a certain way. Starts from a thought, starts from a feeling, and it starts from an action, no matter how small an action it is, that contributes in the direction of living the life I want to live. I'm free to live the life that I want to live. And as painful as it may seem, I allow others to live the life they choose to live. Part of me feels this is God's point of view. It is so freeing. God did not stop anyone to live the life they wanted to live that included them hurting themselves and them hurting other people, or them allowing other people to hurt them, or completely wasting away their time, their resources. And the flip side is also true. God didn't stop anyone from living the life they wanted to live in the most glorious, positive, meaningful, purposeful, useful, inspiring way. God lets you. If anything, God supports your agenda, whatever it is, a negative or a positive agenda. God says, times 10, times 1,000, I'm with you. So we walk away that God is with me and God is equally with everyone else, supporting. God is like a trump card. Whatever is missing, God fills it. Whatever is needed, God adds. Whatever one asks, God gives. Whatever one dreams of, aspires, God helps support, realize our dreams, whether the dreams are positive or negative. So let me dream what I want to dream. Let me live the life that I want to live. Let me be positive, supportive. And my thoughts, words, and action, which is Trikanna Shuddhi, alignment of and purity of and goodness of thoughts, words, actions. I almost want to say lights, camera, action. Let the camera roll. Life is beautiful, and I am the main event. I am the hero, the heroine of this movie. What's going to happen next is up to me.